Amy the Angry Yogi here. Thank you for watching my videos, and let's do some yoga. Just come to a comfortable seated position. Close your eyes. Lift your hands palm up in your lap. And start by taking a few deep breaths. Feel the floor beneath you. And send roots like a tree deep into the earth. Any thoughts that pop up in your head, just send them down these roots. You can acknowledge them and then let them go. This is your time, your sacred mat time. Take a full inhale through the nose. A cleansing exhale through the mouth. On an inhale, let's lift the arms up high. Exhale, right palm down, stretching over to the right side. Push the left hip towards the floor and open the rib cage. We're trying to look past our elbow towards the ceiling. Breathing deeply. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, left hand down, stretch towards the left, pushing the right hip to the floor. Open up the right rib cage. Inhale, rise. Exhale, palms to the mat. Wherever you are, press your sit bones down into the floor and melt. We're trying to let one muscle at a time relax. And this forces body awareness. So starting at the top of your head, try to release any muscles in the scalp. You might not even know that you clench those. Come down to the back of the head. Breathe into the back of the neck. Loosen your jaw. Feel your rib cage expand when you breathe. On an inhale, we're walking our palms over to the left side. Exhale, lower down. Try to keep your right hip on the floor. Inhale, walk to center. Exhale, other side. We're facing the right now. Left hip stays to the mat. Inhale, walk back to center. On an exhale, we're rolling up. Nice and slow, one vertebra at a time. We'll move into some neck stretches. I'm going to straighten my legs because my knees are getting a little tight. You can sit however you are comfortable. Also, option to sit on your palms with the fingers facing in, or if you don't like that, you can even just hold your wrists behind you to pin the muscles to give you a little extra neck stretch. I like to really really pin my muscles, so I sit on my hands. On an exhale, we're bringing right ear towards right shoulder. It might not come very far, but we're sending our breath to the places maybe in the armpit, the collarbone, the base of the skull, where these neck muscles are catching. Exhale, turn your nose towards your armpit and keep breathing deeply. Exhale, lower the chin towards the chest. Allow your spine to be straight, but your neck to be flexed. Take little bitty micro movements, moving your chin side to side so that you can reach those muscles right at the top of the spine, at the base of the skull. When you're ready, left ear to left shoulder. And turn your nose towards the left armpit. Inhale, come back to center. You can release your palms. We're going to come up onto our knees. Option to have a blanket or some sort of padding under your knees if they're sensitive. We're tucking our toes, and on an exhale, sit back so that your weight is pushing into the bottoms of your feet. If you're not able to do this fully with all of your body weight, then you can use a block or you can put your hands on the mat for support. We're just sinking here. This is really good stretch if you have plantar fasciitis or tight calves. But all that fascia in the bottoms of our feet gets really brittle. And the best way to relieve that tension is to break it up. Inhale, come forward. We're rolling our ankles. Place your feet flat on the mat now. On an exhale, we're sitting back on our heels. Stretching the fronts of our feet and ankles now. Inhale, come forward. You can release your feet and come back down to seated. From here, we're extending our legs long. Find your sit bones again. So get through the meaty part and plant the bones on the floor. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, we're hinging forward at the hips. When you can't go any further, like when your hamstrings say no more, that's when we're just going to bring our palms down to the mat. Exhale, rolling forward, relaxing one muscle at a time. Straight-legged forward fold. We're trying to be as passive as possible here. It's okay if you Relax your legs and your feet splay out. That just kind of shifts the stretch to the IT band. Take full inhales and exhales here. And notice on your exhales how you just sink lower. Full inhale. On the exhale, we're rolling up again. Upper body's relaxed. Head is the last thing to come upright. Inhale, we lift the arms. On the exhale, we're bending our right leg, bringing it over the left, planting the foot, turning with our core, then bring the arms down. And if you choose to look over your shoulder, you can. We're going to hold this here. Inhale, relax, calm to center. Exhale, release the right foot. We're bringing and planting the left foot over. Exhale, turn with your core, then bring the arms down. Then look over the right shoulder. This is the safest way to protect your spine, to make sure you're not twisting past your limit. Inhale, bring your arms up, release the leg. Exhale, bring the soles of the feet together and scoot the legs in. Now keep in mind, the tighter your legs are, your feet are to your body, the deeper of a stretch you'll get. So if it's too intense, simply just scoot your legs away from you. So we're holding with our hands, we're holding both of our feet together with our hands. On an exhale, we're again folding forward. So hinge at the hips until you can't go any further. And this is where we wait. So for the first 30 seconds or so, we're just going to stay here and kind of hold this actively. And when we get warmed up, we'll melt forward. From here, just melt down wherever you are. This will be our last forward fold for a minute. Try scooting your feet away just a little bit and then sink back down. Notice how the angle changes in your leg. One more time. On an exhale, shift your feet forward a little bit more, keeping the soles together, and relax down. Exhale, we're sliding up to center. Release the legs. From here, let's come to tabletop. So our shoulders are stacked over our wrists, hips are over the knees. On an inhale, lift the chin, open the collarbone, let your belly hang low. Exhale, tuck your chin, push your shoulders to the ceiling, bring the tailbone under. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. From here, come up onto your right fingertips. So everything else stays the same. Notice how this changes the stretch down your right side body. Exhale, down. Inhale, we're lifting the left fingertips and stretching into that left side. And just keep slowly moving side to side, shifting your weight. Start identifying those places where it's catching, where it's tight, where there's just discomfort. On an inhale, let's lift the right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring it down. We're feeding it under the left. Right cheek to the mat. Option to extend the left arm or bend it behind you. But either way, sink into that right shoulder. Exhale, bring the left palm back to the mat. Inhale, slowly lift, open to the ceiling, one more. Exhale, down. Inhale, left arm up, open the rib cage. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, come down, feed it under the right. Place the left cheek on the mat. And do the same thing with your right arm that you did on the left. Exhale, bring the right palm back to the floor. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, down. We're tucking our toes, sending our hips up and back. Push the shoulders away from the ears. We're trying to bring our heels to the floor, but it's okay if you can't make it. Just pedal the feet out one at a time. If you prefer to keep your knees bent, that's totally fine. This is your pose. This is your practice. Feel this first down dog out. Shift your weight side to side in your hips. Get the circulation moving. Come back to neutral. And we're bending our right leg and sending it up towards the ceiling. Bend the knee, open the hip. Our upper body stays the same. So our upper body is facing the mat. It's just our lower body that's open. Breathing here, pushing away from our shoulders. away from our ears. Exhale, come back to center. We're floating through, bringing our knee towards the right wrist, keeping the front leg flexed, the foot flexed. We're straightening our back leg, coming into pigeon. So our hips are square. It's really easy to kind of cock your weight over to the right side, but try not to do that here. So we're focusing on the front of the left leg and the back of the right leg. You can stay here. If it's not enough of a stretch for you, you can come down. You can also use a block or a bolster here if you want it supported pigeon. But we're gonna hang out here for a little bit. This is a really good hip opener. We all need it. Our emotions get stuck in our hips. This is a great way to get it moving. Try to relax your head down. Send your breath to the tight places. Check in with your breathing. Try taking a few inhales and exhales really deeply. On an inhale, we're pushing our weight up if you're not already up on your palms. On an exhale, we are sinking down into the right hip. Sliding the left leg up, just so that you're staggered. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, turn with your core towards the left side. Bring the arms down. Don't worry, we're not holding this for very long. It's important to do spinal twists. It's important to break up all of the fascia that gets stuck around the rib cage and the bottoms of the shoulders. Inhale, lift. Exhale, opposite way. You can plant your palms. If you need to come down, you can. Plant your palms. Look towards the back. Exhale, slowly walk your palms back to the center. Let's release the left leg and bring it forward to a half straddle. Sorry, the left leg is in a full straddle. The right leg stays bent, so it's in a half straddle. Inhale, lift. Exhale, we're leaning towards the left, relaxing that arm, and just holding here, kind of hanging in space. Breathing into the right rib cage and keeping the right hip on the floor. Inhale, rise to center. Exhale, we're planting the right hand behind the right hip, using the right knee as a kickstand, and just coming up and stretching along, trying to create the longest line between the tip of the left fingers and toes. We're pushing up and out of the bottom shoulder. We're not sinking down into it. Exhale, bring your hip back to the floor and release. Again, we're coming back to tabletop. We're going to do all of that on the other side and make it nice and even. Okay, tuck your toes on an exhale, sending the hips back. Push into this down dog. This one should feel a lot more graceful than the first one. We've got stuff moving. We're breathing. On an inhale, we're lifting the left leg, keeping our hips square to the mat. Our right foot is placed down on the floor. On an exhale, bend the left knee. We're opening the hip, but our upper body stays stationary. Inhale back to center. On an exhale, we're swinging our leg forward, planting the knee close to the left wrist. The left foot stays flexed. We're walking our right foot back until our hips are square. So the right leg is kind of shifting forward while the left leg is pulling back. If you're able to come down to your forearms, relax down now. On an exhale, we're walking our palms up if they're not already. Shift your weight down onto the left hip. Bring the right leg forward just so that your legs become staggered. Inhale, lift. On the exhale, we're turning towards the right leg. I know it feels awkward. And we're just bringing our palms down. Taking a few breaths here. Inhale, rise. Exhale, twist the opposite way with your core, then bring your palms to the mat. And you can sink and lift at the same time. So we're opening up the front of the right hip. And I'm a little close to my bed, so I can't totally relax down. Inhale, lift, come forward. Exhale, we're releasing the right leg so that we're in a half straddle with the left leg bent in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right arm relaxes. We're stretching over towards the right, opening the left rib cage, keeping the left hip on the floor. Inhale, rise. Exhale, the left hand comes down, plants behind the left hip. We're using the left knee as a kickstand, pushing up, making our bodies long. Exhale, bring your hip back to the floor and release. We're going to come to our backs. So just lie here, hugging your knees in and rocking side to side. Massage the paraspinals down into the mat. They keep us upright all day long. They need attention. If you don't have a foam roller, I highly recommend you get one and use it every day. You will notice a significant amount of improvement in your mobility, improvement in the amount of pain you have. If you don't have a foam roller, this is the next best thing. All right, let's bring your feet to the floor. We're crossing left foot over right. Arms come to a goal post. On an exhale, we're bringing the left foot to the floor. So you should feel this in the outer upper left hip. Inhale, roll back to center. We're switching legs. Exhale, let your right foot come over to the left side until it plants on the floor. Inhale, come back to center. You can release your foot, hug the knees back in. And this time we're crossing one foot over the other. We will do both sides, so it doesn't matter. You just want to hold the tops of your feet down so that you're feeling a good stretch in the front of your shin and ankle. Try to bring your shoulders back to the floor. And if it feels good to you, you can rock side to side. I love it, but it might be a little intense if you have a sensitive low back. Just listen to your body. When you're ready, switch so that the opposite foot is on top. Rest back down. On an exhale, release your feet, roll the ankles, let the blood come back in. And from here, we're just lifting our legs up. So we're trying to get our legs straight. And both hips are on the floor, and our feet are flexed. Option to place your hands behind your head, or you can also slide them underneath your low back, whatever feels right. We're going to do a little bit of ab work. So keeping the feet flexed one at a time, we're going to lower our legs. So take a full inhale. On the exhale, we're lowering the right leg. Let it hover. Don't bring it all the way to the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left leg down. Let it hover just above the floor. Inhale up. 2 more times each side. Exhale, right leg down. Hold. Inhale up. Exhale, left leg down. Hold. Inhale up. 1 more time each side. Hold. Inhale up. Left leg down. Pause. Inhale up. On the exhale, bring the soles of the feet together. We're hugging our legs in and grabbing them with our hands. If you can't reach your feet, you can use a strap here. I don't have one with me, so I can't show you. But you just wrap it around and hold, however far away your legs need to be for your shoulders to be able to relax on the floor. So other than your hands, which are holding your feet together, try to let everything else go. On an exhale, I want you to release the left leg and bring it out. So you can hold your big toe like on the inside, or you can even hold the outside of your foot if that feels better. We're going to take a half happy baby. I like to hold my big toe, but the other leg just stays tucked in. And try to keep your shoulders rested on the floor. And it's okay if you kind of like roll over to one side, that's fine. As long as you're feeling the stretch in the left groin here. On an exhale, bring the left leg back in. Hold the left leg down. And this time we're extending the right leg. And it's going to feel totally different, and that's okay. I need to scoot a little. Exhale, bring the right leg back in. You can allow the knees to come together. Bring your feet to the floor. And just slowly windshield wipe the knees back and forth. Okay. We're going to roll onto our left side using our arm as a pillow. The right leg is bent in front of us, and we're reaching up for our left foot. Holding our left foot, You can also use a strap here if you can't reach your toes, but we're trying to let everything be passive besides the arm that's holding our foot. And if you need a deeper quadricep stretch, you can try separating the legs a little bit more. You're gonna feel this in the front of the left leg. Exhale, release your foot. Come back to your side. Now we're placing our right foot behind the left leg, opening up the right hip. Hip flexors. Exhale, release. We're going to roll over to the right side. Use your arm as a pillow. Left knee comes forward onto the floor. We're reaching up and back for our right foot. Exhale, release, and come back to your side. And from here, the left foot plants behind the right leg. Exhale, release. From here, we're coming onto our bellies so that we can push up. We have one more pose today. This was a leg specific routine today. I've got some runners that were asking for legs. So from here, and I do recommend putting some padding down, again, if your knees are sensitive. So we're bringing our knees really wide, and our feet are together. And we're coming down, so if you can't come all the way down to your forearms, then you would have a block or maybe even some pillows here. But we're trying to just come down, and we feel this in the groin, obviously. But at first, we just stay kind of upright for like a minute before we try to sink our weight back towards our heels. So we're kind of warming up the area first. On an exhale, shift your weight back towards your heels. Sink into it. Try to relax. I know it's intense, but getting this to relax can release a lot of back pressure. When you're ready, we're coming up to our palms and just walking our knees closer together inch by inch. You want to be careful coming out of that one. I know it kind of sucks, but it will help you. It is time for Shavasana. Feel free to use any props, blankets, pillows. You don't have to lay flat on your back. It is the traditional way. But again, this is your practice. Do what you need to do. Just close your eyes and try to connect with your breath. One more time. You can bring some awareness back. Rolling your wrists and ankles. When you're ready, just roll to one side and pause there for a few breaths. Meet me back at seated whenever you're ready. You can bring your hands to heart center and close your eyes. And think about how you're feeling differently now compared to when you started. Thank yourself for doing something very good for your body, mind, and soul. And thank you for joining me. I love you guys.